Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a recipe that's been on my heart to share for a while now, and it is an alternative sofrito recipe. Now, on my channel, in my very first video, I do have an authentic Puerto Rican sofrito recipe, but there's two ingredients in authentic sofrito that are pretty hard to come by unless you live in Puerto Rico or you live in an area where you have easy access to Caribbean produce. One of those ingredients is culantro, also known as Recao. It is similar to cilantro, but a lot stronger and more bitter in flavor. The second is Ají Dulce, which is a very small, sweet Caribbean pepper with a very distinct smell and taste. Now, this recipe is not going to include either one of those because this is a recipe that I believe that no matter where you live in the world, you can make it too. So let's get into it. Here I have all of my ingredients for the sofrito recipe. I'm using 3 large white sweet onions, but any kind of onion will do. And then I have 4 bulbs of garlic. You can use a little more if you want it more garlicky or a little less. Now, the quantity of each ingredient in sofrito in general is going to vary from person to person, but the star of the show is always the herbs. So that's always the cilantro and the culantro. Now in this case, we do not have culantro, so instead I am doubling my cilantro. So I have 2 large bunches of that. And then I have my peppers over here. I have 1 green bell pepper and 3 multicolored bell peppers. You can also throw in a Cubanelle pepper as well, or use mini sweet peppers. Now I'm gonna chop everything up and throw it in my blender. All right, so my sofrito is nice and blended, and it took about 4 separate batches. Now you can also use a food processor, and if you do not have a blender, you can even use like something like a magic bullet. That will work just fine too. So yeah, so I'm just gonna mix everything up really well, make sure everything is well combined, and I'm gonna show you how I store my sofrito so that it can last for a very long time. So this is my favorite method of storing sofrito, which was a trick that my mom taught me. I have these old ice cube trays that I simply just pour the sofrito mixture into, scrape off the excess, cover them in plastic wrap, and then freeze overnight. And then the next day, I simply just pop them out of their molds and put them inside a plastic bag. I highly recommend using a silicone ice cube tray instead because it's gonna make it a lot more easier to remove from the trays. And now my sofrito is perfectly stored and ready for use. Whenever I need one of these or a couple, I simply just leave it on the counter to thaw, or I can pop it in the microwave on defrost for quick use. So if you've enjoyed today's video, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell because a new video will be out every week. Until next time.